Hello twin flames and welcome to the DM to DF reading for Thursday. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. So we're going to do a channel conversation today, or a channeled message today, between the feminine and the masculine and the masculine and the feminine. So rather than just using masculine cards, I'm going to bring in feminine cards too. So we're going to use two gorgeous decks by our soul sister Bridget Youre from Divine Essentials. So we're going to bring in the DM's Confessions, and we're going to bring in the DF Confessions. So we're going to use these decks together to bring in messages of love, but also things that could be on your mind, things that you may be struggling with or in fear about, that you can heal each other about. And also watch today's earlier reading because it was so powerful. The masculine saying to the feminine, I'm coming home. I want to do this the right way. I am taking the honouring path towards you, even if that's the longest way to you, because I respect you and care, and I really feel a ring coming forward as well. So let's connect and see what we need to know. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can email me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com. So thank you, angels. What do the masculines want to say to the feminine today? So we've got one card clearly sticking out of the deck there, and then I've got another card that flew out and some cards that flew on the floor. And there's also a card moving on top of the deck. So these are the masculine energies today. And then we're going to bring in the DF Confession. So what do the feminines want to say to the masculines? What's on your mind today? What's on your mind, Divine Feminine? Got these cards moving and one card sticking up, and that one. And that one. Wow, okay. So let's see what's going on then. So first of all, the masculine is saying to you, you're better off without me for now. Now, that doesn't mean they're not coming home or they're not doing the work. It's really reiterating what he's already said in the earlier message today. I'm doing this the right way. I'm taking the honouring path to you. So right now, you're better off without me. In other words, he's saying I'm with a karmic partner. I need to release that person. I need to get out of my marriage. I need to sort out my finances. I need to sort myself out. Or he's saying to you, I'm not feeling very well. I'm in a low vibration. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling frustrated. So you're better off without me for now. He's saying to you, let me heal myself and come to you in a much better vibrational energy. Let me come to you when I'm more in tune with you. Let me be around you when I'm not going to hurt you or cause you pain by my silly words and actions. You're better off without me for now. And when we are in separation of any kind, whether it's separation itself or they're not responding or we feel we're being ghosted or blocked in any way, it's always happening with a divine plan in mind. Sometimes it happens for our own good anyway, because we need time for ourselves. As a divine feminine, we may be feeling very depleted or drained or tired, and we may be feeling misunderstood, and we can be angry ourselves or frustrated ourselves. So the separation occurs at that time, so we can go within and fill up our cup and get back to ourselves without feeling triggered by things, because the triggers heal. So you're better off without me for now is really the universe saying you're being protected right now from each other and the situation and any drama. The masculine is also saying to you, would you ever be able to forgive all of my mistakes, my transgressions? Could you ever truly trust me? So he's also contemplating forgiveness and the ability for you to forgive him and his ability or capability to apologise. And again, this came up earlier in the reading too. So this is really like a part 2 of today's earlier reading. Would you ever be able to forgive all of my mistakes? So the masculine is very aware that they've made mistakes, but in spiritual truth, there are not. There's only lessons that we learn from and grow from and heal from that lead to blessings and love. So your twin is saying, could you ever truly trust me? And because he's thinking about this and wanting to reconcile, wanting to repair it, wanting to sort things out, he knows that you're better off without him until he's feeling more confident. So he can come forward the right way and apologise the right way at the right time. But he is checking up on you right now to see what you're doing. So he's saying, I'm checking up on you because I'm curious. I'm curious what you're doing because I care about you and you matter to me. I'm wondering what you're doing and who you might be doing it with. I'm wondering if you're going to allow me back into your life. Are you single right now? What are you doing? What have you been doing with your time? So your masculine is saying to you here, I'm interested in you. I want to know what you're up to. You do matter to me. And he's saying, I've been in denial about my intimacy issues and fears of being used and abused. So he's saying, I've been dealing with my denial. I've been dealing with my intimacy issues, my fears around being hurt, being used, abused. And this is a core wound he's healing. And he's saying sometimes when we connect intimately, and this can be intimately in many ways, not just in this way, but he's saying when we connect intimately, sometimes it's so intense, I run. And you can connect intimately when you look into each other's eyes. You don't even have to be physically touching or physically in the same room to feel this way. It can feel intense anyway. I run because I feel myself falling deeper in love. So he's saying, these are the things I'm dealing with when I'm not around you. You're better off without me because I'm dealing with the intensity of what I'm feeling, the triggers I'm going through, the abuse I've been through in the past, the way I've allowed myself to be hurt before, things connected with a past life. I'm healing these things, but I promise I'm coming home. Don't give up on me. So this is really, again, what he was saying earlier today. I'm coming home. I want to reconcile and sort it out. And you might think, well, if he wants to reconcile and sort it out, why is he saying you're better off without me for now? He's saying this because he's saying, I want to come towards you at the right time, when I can apologize to you and when you're able to forgive me, so we can move past the past. Understand that I am checking up on you because I'm coming home. I'm promising this to you. So I'm showing you the sign of the stag or the eagle or something individual to me and you to show this to you. Please don't give up on me. I'm sorry about all the times I've run from our connection. It's so intense. When I find myself falling deeper in love, I panic about things. So I go into denial about it, about the intimacy between us because of the issues I have and the fears I have of being abandoned, used, abused, left alone. And I know that you'll never do that to me, but I have to heal that. And that's why you're better off without me for now. And that's why you, Divine Feminine, may be saying, we're a beautiful disaster. That's what we are. It's beautiful, but it's also chaotic. It's up and down. There's highs and lows. It's crazy. I don't want anyone but you to touch me. I'm under so much pressure. And I desire you, and the desires grow every second. So what you're saying is, I don't want anyone else. I only want you to touch me, body, mind, heart and soul. And I'm under a lot of pressure with this. So you're admitting, Divine Feminine, that you create pressure. And you also feel pleasure with the desires that grow. So this is also the heat between you, the Kundalini that rises between you, the power of the love. And you're saying, I don't want anybody else. I'm under a lot of pressure right now because of my own situation, things I'm going through. And this could be if you're in your own karmic situation, or you're feeling all this pressure building inside, all this desire. And that's why it can hurt so much when you feel ignored, because you're saying, when you ignore me, even though they aren't ignoring you, they are processing, planning, sorting through things. But we feel that way. When you ignore me, it feels like I'm being stabbed in the heart. Sometimes I know you're just busy. Other times I know you're running. So you're saying, I don't want you to run from me. And I know sometimes you're busy and you're going to reply when you can, or you're sorting other things out. But it hurts me because when you feel ignored, what's really going on is you're not feeling heard or loved or understood. You feel vulnerable when you feel ignored. You feel like something's wrong. You feel like you've done something wrong. So really when we feel ignored, it's our inner child that's craving attention. So what do we do? What do? We start loving ourselves more, giving to ourselves more, connecting with God more, connecting with our angels, the higher power. And then we don't feel ignored because we're shown by heaven just how loved we are. Just how seen we are, how recognized we are. And when you go through these moments, when you do feel ignored and you're going through pain, You can say, sometimes I wish I could hate you, but I can't. So you know you can't hate them, and you know that doesn't bring a solution, and it just creates more problems. So it's about love, loving them, seeing the best in them, seeing the beauty in the situation. And maybe you've got a birthday coming up, or you're thinking about the Christmas period approaching, and you're thinking, I'm afraid to wish you a happy birthday or happy Christmas or happy anything because I never know if you'll respond or not. So if you're feeling that way, if you're thinking I'm a little bit afraid to reach out in case you don't respond, then that's your higher self saying, well, don't reach out then. Only reach out if you're okay with whatever happens. If you're worrying that they're not going to respond to you or ghost you, then it's not the right time for you to reach out. If you're thinking, well, I just want my twin to know how I feel, I don't really care about if they respond or not, then that may be the time to reach out, because when we feel that way and we reach out, we will always get a response because there's no expectation. There's no desperation. There's no need for anything at all. When we need something to happen because we want it so badly, or we think they should behave a certain way, or we're operating in that fear, then usually we're ghosted because we're learning the lesson of release. We're learning to have faith and trust. So trust that the love is real. You're saying to your masculine, my heart, my soul, my body, my mind, everything belongs to you. I just wish we could sit down and talk and bear it all to each other. And your masculine saying to you, I promise you, no matter what's going on, I promise you that I'm coming home to you. Don't give up on me. I know it hurts you when it seems like I'm blocking you. And I hope you can forgive me for all the things I've done. If I could go back in time, I'd change it. I'd do it differently. But we're also reminded that there's no point changing anything because everything had to happen that way for growth. So you want to sit down and sort it out, Divine Feminine, and you will in time. But right now, if they are saying to you, you're better off without me, for now, in this moment, trust in that because it's protection. So don't worry about what's going to happen, or if you should or should not reach out, or don't feel ghosted or ignored or like you don't matter, because you do. When you realise that everything's actually okay, they're just dealing with something, they're busy, they're processing, they're working things out, they're healing themselves, their own insecurity, their own fear, because of the power of the love, you're able to deal with it in a different way. So instead of continuously reaching out, you start reaching into yourself. You start talking to the angels instead and asking for a solution. You ask the angels to show you how loved you are, and they will always respond because they're always there and they're always listening. When you start filling up your own cup, you don't feel the need to have them there validating you or loving you because you're loving yourself. And when you're operating in that energy, all the doors will begin to open. And you'll no longer feel neglected or abandoned or hurt because you're completing yourself. So the message is, if you're not together in this moment, there's a reason why. Not just for them and their healing, but for you and your healing. So when you do come together, it's going to be mind-blowing, it's going to be electrifying, it's going to be intimate and everything you've ever wanted. So trust the process of this journey, and most importantly, trust the love, because the best is yet to come. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.